You say you're from Tucson, but you talk all fancy and Europe-like.
This is the way we talk in Tucson, Arizona.
Welcome to the Bourbon Van. I am Phil.
I'm Julie. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. It's been a while.
105 days, actually. It's been a bit, yeah.
We're so glad that you're here spending St. Patrick's Day with us, at least for St. Patrick's happy hour. Not the whole day and evening, but just a happy hour.
Yeah, hope you brought something good to drink. I hope we brought something good to drink.
We don't know.
We have no idea. We're just going to open it tonight and get into it. Just want to say a big happy St. Patrick's Day and hello to everybody out there, whether you're celebrating with the Foggy Dew, the rare old Mountain Dew, or streams of whiskey. Hope you're digging in to something great tonight with your family and friends, and we're gonna cork pop this bottle right here.
Yep.
And we'll talk about it, and then we'll get into a whole lot more.
Do you want to talk about it for a cork pop it?
Yeah, cork pop it, pour it. It can sit there. Everything's
Sorry
shaking.
for the shaking.
There we go. Okay.
Oh, it was a good one. That was a proper cork pop.
Little squeak to it. So we've been hauling this bottle with us since Indiana. So that's been.
We are in Tucson, Arizona. We weren't supposed to still be here. Arizona. One of our favorite shows.
Yeah.
Clip from one of our favorite shows. But the weather was too lovely today. 81 degrees. Yeah. And we have the live stream. And we figured, what's one more night?
We said, let's stick around Arizona here a little bit. Oh, boy, we did a number to this label. So we got this in Indiana. We got it at a place called Cork and Cellar.
Oh, right. I remember that.
Over there in Cherryville, Indiana. The reason we bought it was because we were looking for an Irish to bring on the road with us because we knew we were going to be on the road during St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
And we weren't really looking that intently. But the guy behind the counter said, look, I got this whiskey, and we sell it usually for $30+, and they were selling it for $18.
Yeah, no, nobody wanted it. We're like, love Irish.
I don't know if nobody wanted it. I think he might have just bought a lot of it and decided to put it on sale. So this is Glendalough double barrel Irish whiskey, aged for 3 years in bourbon barrels and then finished in Oloroso sherry barrels. It is 84 proof and single grain, of course, and that's about it. It says St. Kevin, the man on our bottle, stood apart. The whiskey does the same. It has sucked the marrow out of 2 casks as an American bourbon barrel, giving sweet toasted vanilla notes, Spanish Oloroso sherry barrel adding hints of dark dried fruit and a slight nuttiness, non-chill filtered for truer character. Well, what's not to like about that?
It sounds delicious. I hope it is good, because at home we have shelves of Irish whiskey that we could be drinking, and I feel sad that we only have one with us, though we did have some lovely. I had some Redbreast Cask Strength the other day that was lovely, so we started celebrating early.
You had a Redbreast Kentucky Oak that was delightful. I had a Blue Spot when we were hanging out with our friends Tom and Michelle.
Yeah,
wonderful to see them here in Arizona as well. By the way, the show that we kicked things off with, that clip, is from What We Do in the Shadows.
I love that show. We watched.
It's a funny movie. It's a hilarious show.
We literally watched no TV. Like, if you said these are my top 10 favorite things to watch right now, I've either never heard of them or have never seen them. But for some reason, if it's a comedy, we're loving it.
The top 10 things that we like: Arrested Development, Arrested Development, Arrested Development, What We Do in the Shadows, Family Guy, and then fill in the rest with hockey, basically.
Yeah.
Well, we got a lot of people in the chat tonight, huh?
I know, and put in the chat what you guys are drinking, because we said to bring your favorite Irish whiskeys today.
That's right.
St. Patrick's Day, and I'd love to know, because we're always on the hunt for something delicious, especially when it comes to Irish whiskey.
Yeah.
I do. I'm a fan.
Well, look at you. There you go. Came with something to say. Kathy Huey in the house, of course, very early tonight.
I love it. We can't start.
The party don't start.
Yeah.
So Kathy Huey walks in.
Exactly.
Russ D in the house. Great to see you. Melissa. Boy, all across the East so far.
Yeah,
here.
I love it.
Who else we got in the house tonight? Mauricio, good to see you.
I will say,
Heather, hello.
We're back on. I mean, we're in Mountain Time technically, but they don't change. So it's
there's no daylight savings.
Yeah,
in Arizona.
so Pacific Time, which I don't necessarily like for work, but for the live streams, it's great because
Yeah.
that 2 hours
It's
that we
light out.
waited the last few times, it was a lot.
Eric Gunderson, we're getting Gunderstruck tonight.
Gunderstruck, of course.
John Shank, Raymond McGee, absolutely. Whiskey knows what's going on. Marty, Stacy Shiramonte. Boy, we got all over the country here. This is very cool. Kim F in the house. Jeff Perkins. Let's show off that great avatar.
Yeah.
Best in the biz, right there.
Yep.
There it is. Katie Two Cats in the house. And Chad Gazinski, cheers. Crushing a black and tan and some Redbreast 12 cask strength.
Hey.
Now, that is how you do it right there.
Love it. Ooh, nice photo.
We got some beers yesterday, and I was like, oh, this will pair well with that whiskey. Turns out it's an English mild. And I thought the last thing we want to do on St. Patrick's Day is drink a British beer.
Yeah.
Not happening. So we're sticking with just this whiskey tonight.
I hope it's good because I'm going to have a couple glasses of it.
The Muddy Meddlers in the house. Eric C. Ruby Heart 921. Oscar from the Texas Hill Country. We love it. And did I miss anybody? Kurt Fogelman in the house. Powers 3 Swallows. Absolutely.
Oh, nice. I'm missing a bit of my Powers John Lane. I love drinking that this time of year.
Yeah, John's Lane is great. Muddy Meddlers from Indiana. Melissa's drinking a Redbreast 12. We love that. Ruby Heart, she's got a Pikesville rye.
That's all right.
Nothing wrong with that.
No.
We've got a Go Bears. Go Cats. Bear down.
All right.
Cats.
Yeah.
There you go. Raymond McGee. James Lay in the house. Don Davis. Now we are coast to coast. We have gone, Jeff Perkins too, another Californian. Yep. That's where we're heading next, coincidentally.
Green Spot, Redbreast 12, and Powers John. Oh, Powers John Lane. There you go.
Don is 3 deep on this. And a big kudos and a big slancha to you, Don.
Yeah, that's a solid trifecta.
Richie Z in the house, having a Sierra Nevada Celebration Ale and then some Irish whiskey.
Love it.
Nothing wrong with that progression right there. By the way, the sun is about to come down far enough that it's going to blast me in the face and I'm going to turn bright pink. Don't worry, it's not a sunburn. I've been a good boy with the sunscreen and not staying out too much in the sun.
It's hard though. It's been not nice weather the last few.
It's been ups and downs. Yeah, now that the sun is out, we felt obligated to stay. Rich C in the house. And what do we got here?
We
got here? Peach Coke, the man, the myth, the legend. Great to see you. Rusty, what do you got in the glass? Teeling Barrel Select Cask Strength. That actually sounds amazing to me.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I feel forever slightly ruined from the Amburana one from Teeling, and I feel bad about it because I know they do good stuff.
Yeah, Julie. By the way, if you didn't know, Julie is starting up the Amburana Temperance League, which I think is great. She's going to have little what do they call them? Pennants made up that she's going to walk into bars waving this little pennant and demanding that she's going to break all the bottles that have Amburana on the label,
and then just replace them with something that I love.
Yeah, right. She's not just going to take the whiskey away; she's going to replace it with something else.
Yeah.
You're like the I was going to say Peter Pan. That's not right. You're the Robin Hood of Amburana whiskey. That's something everybody can enjoy.
Yeah.
Tim and Terry in the house, Andalusia Striker and a Redbreast 12.
Love it.
Nice combo right there.
Good combo.
Middleton, very rare Irish whiskey for Katie Two Cats. That's bananas.
Where am I looking? Oh, Middleton. Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very nice whiskey.
Good selection.
We are not in Texas. We are in Tucson, Arizona, as the people say.
No people say that.
Eric Gunderson's got himself a Dunville's 10-year PX cask. We like Dunville's. We had some of that when we were in Ireland.
Love that.
And now I'm starting to smell this glass right here, and I think it's time for us to go and do a little tasting note. What we're getting into tonight, if you're just joining us, Glendalough double barrel Irish whiskey, aged for 3 years in a bourbon barrel and then finished in an Oloroso sherry barrel. And it's supposed to be good. 84 proof. We got this one half off for, I believe, $17 or $18.
I can't believe it. Yeah. Love a deal. This is the year of deals.
Bear Down Wildcats, Arizona Wildcats.
Oh,
right. I was thinking it was the Bearcats for some reason. Who's the Bearcats? Cincinnati?
I know nothing about mascots. Slancha?
Yeah, Slancha.
Slancha, everybody.
Cheers. No nosing notes.
We'll get to that. I got to start drinking sometime. We're already, yum. 9 minutes in, first sip.
Look at that.
Yeah.
A new record for the Bourbon Fan.
Ooh,
By the way, quick apology to all of you that have been wondering on a weekly basis, I miss the bourbon van. I miss my friends. Where are they?
Yeah.
I would love to know what the bourbon van is up to. It's only been 105 days since our last public live stream.
So, Phil told me that today, and I thought
I did the math.
That
today.
tracks. Yeah, that sounds about right.
On the other hand, we've had monthly Patreon live streams.
Yep.
Which have been lovely.
And
I've been surprised by meetups too. I've been surprised by how many great interactions we've had on this trip, way more than last time.
Yes, we've gotten to meet a lot of you, which has been really fun. We have done Patreon live streams, which has been really great. We've been moving it's a big country. We've been moving a lot since January. So I feel like this is the first time that we've sat for any significant time. Yeah. So we are leaving again, but we've been here for a week, which is lovely. And so it's been kind of nice to sit. And when we realized St. Patrick's Day was right around the corner, I thought, let's revive that 105 days or whatever.
Yeah, let's bring it back. Bring it all back home.
Yeah.
By the way, just making sure that it sounds good, looks good. We haven't had the microphone out in a long time, so if it sounds insane, let us know.
Yeah.
The Shanty, a good beer spot. You know what? We've kind of been in love with what's Crooked Tooth Brewing.
Yeah.
Good beers. Really enjoying that.
Yeah. We've gone to a couple really great places. Great beer here. I wasn't really expecting that.
Great beer in Austin. Great beer here in Tucson. You would think that for as hot as it is, this climate, you need something good to drink. Good and cold. Also, lagers on point. We love a lager.
We talked about this last time we were in Tucson, and our friend Tom, he's a Patreon. We meet up with him when we're here in Tucson, and he introduced us to Batch last year. And so if you live in this area and you haven't been there, what are you doing with your life?
Batch is great.
Yeah, it's a wonderful whiskey bar.
If you ever hear me say, "Oh, we're going to Proof," or "I really like that bar called Proof," it's not called Proof. Batch. It's called Batch. Yeah. I don't know why I can't get it right. I just can't.
And it's just not only is their selection knockout. I love the design of the place. Every time I go there, I'm like, oh, we should do this in our backyard or something. Make it look like this. But they also do a killer happy hour.
They have a few more bottles of whiskey than we do.
Yeah, just a couple. But they do a killer happy hour, which is, a whiskey happy hour. It's not just old fashions. It's like all of their whiskeys are a few dollars off or something. I don't know.
Looking around for the cat. Sorry.
She's not gone.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a couple of fun activities for us tonight. Okay. If anybody's interested in an activity or two.
Yeah.
I know that you guys didn't come here to do things. I suppose you just wanted to watch and drink. But before we get into the tasting notes on this whiskey, and I do want to say I'm enjoying it so far.
Yeah, it's like most Irish whiskeys, very easy. I love drinking Irish whiskey because it's just like an enjoyable experience. Like you can be with your friends, be in a group, keep chatting, having a sip. You can talk about it. You don't have to talk about it. I love the flavors. They're sweet and lovely. But it's just an enjoyable, thing to drink in a crowd, I guess.
I just before we move on, I want to say one thing I appreciate about it.
Yeah.
The aging in the bourbon barrel, the vanilla and caramel notes here.
Oh my gosh.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Very nice. It's not overpowering. It's just nice.
Also, a full apology.
There's Whiskey Wine Trails right there. Tom, we've been talking about you.
Yeah.
Welcome.
I was going to say a full apology. The table that this is on is not very strong. And if you can tell, I like to talk with my hands. And I make a bad habit of hitting the table. So if it's shaky, it's my fault.
It also just so happens that we're in an RV. And it rocks all the time. So we are constantly moving here. Every wind gust.
Just wait till Mavis makes an appearance. It'll be like you just had an earthquake.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm not even sure. I think she's sleeping in the back. The air conditioning is in the back, so that's of course where she would go.
Mm-hmm.
No game. Ruby says no games. We're shutting it down. Mr. JJ Pickle, Tom Shanley. Great to see you in here. Okay. So first things first. I want to share. This is just a quick video of when we were at Andalusia, and there's a little game here.
Oh, right. Oh, I forgot. Oh, yeah.
They have a llama, and the way that they told it to me is that the llama never comes around. If they go to the fence, the llama doesn't want anything to do with them. It used to have a bunch of sheep. Right? It had a bunch of sheep that it would herd around, and it was friendly with them. Well, the sheep aren't there anymore, so the llama's just basically out there by itself. Yeah. Not going to tell you the name, and that's the game.
And I don't actually even know the name, so
I have a clip. Yeah. I have a clip of the llama taking a genuine interest in Mavis while she was on a leash. This is at Andalusia Whiskey Company, so I'm going to share this video right now, and when we come back, I want you guys to all guess what the name is.
Is there a clue? Like, is it whiskey related or?
It's a llama. That's all I'm gonna say.
Gotcha.
All right, let me try and share the screen here
I can't
really
even help
quick.
you guys out.
Here it comes. Turn off the sound. It's noisy.
I think her little did the llamas have tails? It looked like her little tail was wagging.
It's up, yeah.
I love
I
Mavis.
have no idea if you can hear us or not. I don't know if our voices come through over the video.
So Mavis is like nonplussed about it.
She didn't care at all.
Yeah.
But at one point she did look at it and she was curious. Okay, so I think you guys could hear us.
Yeah, I don't know if you could hear us, but if you could hear us, let us know. That llama, I feel like her little, again, I don't know, but her little tail did a little wiggle, or her little butt did a little wiggle.
Could be.
When she saw Mavis. Okay.
We have a bunch of guesses here. Jeff also says if we're in for a dive bar, go check out the buffet bar.
Sounds great. Can I eat there too?
That's our type of place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6 a.m. Oh dear. I'm getting too old for 6 a.m.
By the way, Joe not in the house, Canadian Chris in the house. Great to see you. Okay, we got some names.
All right.
Richie Z guesses that it's maybe Richie is saying Mavis because he saw Mavis, or is he guessing that the llama's name is Mavis?
What if the llama's name was Mavis?
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
We actually did meet a dog named Mavis.
Yeah.
It was in Charleston, Highwire Distillery.
Yes.
Their dog, the owner's dog's name is Mavis. How cool is that?
Which I mean, who names her animal Mavis? So, except for us, 2 peas in a pod. All right.
It's not named Julie. It's not named
That'd be
Maury.
awesome.
It's not named Tina, the Love Boat Captain. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Spitfire.
Great.
No. Brian Budd got it.
Dolly.
Dalai Lama.
Oh, that is right. I totally forgot about that.
For those of you guessing that it's an
my God.
alpaca, it's not. It's Dalai Lama.
Oh my gosh, I forgot now that you say that together. Because I was like, oh, Dolly, what a cute name for an animal. The Dalai Lama. Yeah.
Oh, I saw Mavis a video. Okay, you got
Yeah.
one name right. Yeah.
Yeah. She's the best too.
Um,
Dalai Lama. Great. Nice. I wish
Ju-
I had something to give. We'll send you a sticker.
Yeah.
What you've always wanted in your
Sorry, yeah, we
Like-
don't have any kind of giveaway going on right now.
Well,
We're
we'll
just happy
figure
to-
it out. We're just having a
happy
good time.
Right, happy to be online and happy to see everybody tonight. Joe giving Rusty kudos as the Gator Whisperer. Rusty is our resident nature guy.
East Coast
He
nature guy.
spots the nature happening in the
Oh,
background, the animals.
Like
He's
the
the park
wolf
ranger.
that one time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have not seen the Gator episode of 5 Sip Friday, it came out at a really odd time this past week.
Actual gator, right? Though some
No, I
people
don't
say
think-
that something popped out of the
I think
water
it
at
was
some
I think it was a duck or something. I don't think it was a gator.
Maybe it was a gator.
We never, but the 5 Sip Friday that came out last week Friday, for some reason YouTube still thought we were in Chicago. So when I told it I want this video to come out at 8:00, it released it at 8:00 Chicago time.
Yeah,
so
6
those of you on the West Coast, it came out at 6 a.m. So you're probably like, why didn't they release a 5 Sip? We did. Sorry, it came out. It probably didn't even show up on your feed. You might have to look for that one. It also has a giant gator head where my head's supposed to be on the thumbnail.
I like it. I think it's funny. Just trying something new, something silly.
Yes, exactly. Well, that wasn't so bad, was it, Ruby? That was a fun game, right? I didn't make you do too much stuff.
Yeah. And it was really cute. And we kind of felt bad because we went inside. Well, let's talk about Andalusia because we're obviously not in Texas anymore. But what a fun stop that was. It was one of the stars on our list. Like no matter what, we wanted to stop there. We fell in love with the striker.
Yeah.
I said the striker, but Andalusia striker last year. And it's off the 10, right? Not too far off the 10, but it's not really and it's kind of off the beaten path
if
a
you're
bit.
if you're in Austin, it's an hour away.
Yeah, and it's totally worth a stop. It's just like it's kind of nondescript, kind of almost looks like a barn, right, from the outside.
Yes.
And then you go in, and this is great. I mean, the way that it's decorated, all the seating. There's a balcony. There's usually a food cart out front. We were there pretty early.
The food looked amazing.
Yeah.
We should next time we go through. I want to go through late enough in the day that we can get some food.
Yeah, and we do usually try to. I've said this I think it's just somebody that we were just talking to, that we usually, when we go to a distillery, we try to buy something while we're there, something we enjoy. But we did a full tasting, and if they could have sold us everything on the thing, we would have bought it. We went away with like 4 bottles.
Yes,
which is probably more than we should have, but we don't have that much room. But we have enough room for 4 bottles.
Right? Yeah,
and we're taking home with us.
The Gator does need this hat. Look at that hat right there. Looks good. Get yourself a Distillery pin. 4 roses over here on this side. Sorry.
You are collecting them now.
I am collecting because all the distilleries are making such cool pins.
Yeah.
And I like a pin on a hat. I'm that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like boats, but I like the type of hat you would wear on a boat.
Is this a boat hat?
I would think so. It's got a rope on it.
I think that's just a fun style.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's say it's a fun style. Yeah, I like this hat.
You're about to win a boat.
Yeah.
March Madness is starting in our local brewery in Bend.
Deschutes.
Deschutes is apparently giving away a boat. And,
yeah.
If you have a perfect bracket, which
and
will
they're
never
also giving
happen.
away a boatload of beer and a bunch of money.
Yeah, and beer, which is
but
and a koozie maybe if you.
I just happened to see it as I was on Instagram for a couple minutes today, and it popped up, and I thought that's super fun. So I actually shared it in our Instagram story. If you're looking for how to get into that thing, super easy to sign up. Just jump in there. But yeah, Deschutes Brewing.
We probably shouldn't have shared it because, like,
you know what?
Now
I'm not going to
odds
do
are going
that.
down.
I don't care. I'm not going to do it. Look, every year we do our Advent tournament, and people keep it so close to the chest.
They do.
Nobody will share it, so nobody knows it exists, and nobody watches it. And I'm not doing it. It's a lot of work for no payoff.
That's true. We do always ask for everybody to share the Advent tournament subscriptions out to your friends and family, and they're like, we don't want to because we want.
It's the major event of our year that takes more work than any, and it's the least shared event because everybody they know about the
I get
odds.
It. Yeah, I get it. We all want to win.
I look like the skipper. Thank you, Eric. See,
I think that's a compliment.
Let's have a drink, little buddy. You don't know what that's from?
Well, I was thinking it was from Gilligan's Island.
Yeah. The skipper called Gilligan his little buddy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you're my Gilligan.
I just
she didn't
Gilligan. Okay, never mind. Wait, the skipper he's not Gilligan or the professor?
No, the skipper wore the captain hat.
I thought that was like the professor. Well, I don't know who that one is then.
No, the professor was the handsome guy with no hat.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, we digress. All right.
Hey, what are we drinking tonight? We're let's get on with this.
Yeah.
Glendalough.
Having a great time already.
Double barrel Irish whiskey aged in bourbon barrels and then finished in Oloroso sherry barrels. We got this, as we said earlier, for I think it was $18, half price. It was 84 proof at Cask and Cellar in Indiana.
I just want to shout out to him because I think this was the bottle, if I remember correctly, that he fell in love with it. And he was like, I love this. I want it for my store.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like you said, it just wasn't either a big seller or he bought too much or whatever. And so he had put it on sale. Huge fan of Irish whiskey. If he's not watching, but if he was watching, I'd say you didn't make a mistake. It's delicious. I love it.
He doesn't know we exist. He had no idea who we were.
Yeah.
Which it's not like we walk around like, hey, no, we don't really do that.
Yeah.
Joe Knott started with a Jameson 18, now Redbreast 12. And Tom with the Redbreast 12 cask strength might be my favorite. Yeah, I think it's my favorite Irish of all time, but it's got to be up there for my favorite whiskey of all time. Yeah. It's delicious.
The one thing I am missing, I will say this year, is that usually I make corned beef in a big crack pot.
I miss that too.
And I did it this year, and I'm very sad. We're going to try to find some after this. So skip to the end where we tell you what we're having for dinner for us. We are gonna try to find. We found one place that has corned beef sandwiches, so we're gonna try to find it. I don't know if it's gonna be as good.
We'll see.
As slow roasting it for 12 hours.
Right. Next thing I want to do, let's talk about the whiskey, and then we'll get into this other silly.
I've already almost drank mine, so I'm gonna pour more.
Yeah,
it's only 84 proof.
So
if that matters.
The nose and palate. The one thing I'll say about this is that it does have. It's an alcohol taste. It's not that.
Do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. On the nose, you put it up there, and you get caramel. You get the sweetness. You get the notes that you're expecting, but there's a little bit of a tinge of that spicy alcohol, like rubbing alcohol. There's a little bit of that there.
I would agree. I was thinking like just the overall enjoyment, like. palate of it. You don't really get that, but as I just nose the glass, which I didn't really do all that much, I don't tend to do that with Irish whiskey for whatever reason. You're right. There is a little bit of that alcohol presence on it.
Yeah.
The palate, though, it doesn't really come through on the palate. The palate is just very sweet.
I get it. I
Melty
get some of
caramel.
it. It's there on the palate. It's mostly sweetness, but it definitely is there. I want to say though that for under 20 bucks, what we got this for,
even if it was
stellar.
35. What if it's 35? Because no one's going to get it for 20 bucks like we did.
I would say I wouldn't buy it for 35. I would buy this whiskey for 28,
Okay.
26, maybe. Same area that you would probably get maybe a Jameson or something like that.
Yeah, I would
Jameson.
agree.
This is in the same vein as a Jameson,
Okay.
or even I mean, what are some other ones like the Two Gingers or something like that?
Mhm.
I think I would probably pull a Slane off the shelf before this. It drinks a little nicer.
You think? And I like Slane was one of those, you know, of course, I'm sure like everybody,
Cheap.
Jameson and Slane were the two that you like go into when you try Irish whiskey.
Yeah.
Slane,
Slane, a fine
I
John
think,
Foreman product.
can get pretty sweet.
Yeah, it is overly sweet.
And this one I feel like is more multiple glass drinkable.
Okay, you're right about that. I think that there is that rubbing alcohol, that tinge of it here. That's a little bit of a turnoff.
Yeah.
Although if I paired this with a stout or any proper ale,
Yeah.
I think that I would enjoy the heck out of it. And you're right. I could drink more of these than Slane, if that's your metric for what's a better Irish whiskey.
I don't know. I feel like you celebrate all day. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's better. I'm just
Right.
See, I touched the table already.
Look at you go.
Sorry.
Yeah. I do like this very much though. It's easy to drink. It's tasty enough. It's 84 proof, so it's not going to do any real damage to our our livers tonight, probably, unless Julie finishes the bottle. Otherwise, I think it's tasty enough whiskey. It is, that lower shelf Irish whiskey though. It's not. This isn't going to compete with your Redbreast, your
absolutely.
Spots, or anything like that.
Yeah, and Phil had a blue spot the other day, and I took a little sip of it, and I forgot what you had gotten, and I took that little sip, and I was like, "Wow, that's really good." And then you told me it was, of course, should be good. I agree. For 30, I mean, because we did get it for 18, 19 bucks.
Yeah.
Steal. For 36, I wasn't really thinking about it in terms of that, because 36 still seems really affordable because we're thinking in like, bourbon and whiskey terms, where 36 is kind of like your cheap end of the bottle.
Sometimes.
I agree. Like, I would love this at like a 27, 28.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about what you're getting in the bourbon world for that, Wild Turkey 101.
Yeah.
Sometimes a Buffalo Trace.
Yeah. Stuff
like that. Those are much more well-aged, and the flavor shows better because of that.
Yeah.
If this were a couple years older, maybe. But I'm thinking that this is
still like it.
This is a bottle that I like it. I am enjoying it. I'm thinking $20 to $25 is all I would spend on it.
Yeah. I still think it's a buy.
Okay for us to disagree. How about that?
I still think it's a buy. So if you see it on the shelf,
and if you're wondering what we're drinking, it's Glendalough Double Barrel Irish Whiskey.
Yeah. If there's nothing. There was nothing about it that I was like, no.
Yeah, it's just
like
that little bit. It's that little bit of rubbing alcohol for me. It's the only thing that I'm like, I'm not sold on that. Yeah. Everything else is very good.
Yeah.
James Lay says, got to try the 3 core base whiskeys that make up Slane. Got to hang with Alex. Is that? That's not the same Alex from Teelings, is it? That's not the same brand, I don't believe. But I don't know. Alex from Portland, actually, that the last time we heard, was the distiller at Teelings. This is good though. Yeah,
so I forget.
I could have a beer with this.
So I forget that we haven't had a live stream since before Christmas, which is crazy. And I know we've had some Patreon, so we've talked about some of this, but we've been traveling from East Coast. So last year we did, if you recall, we did the Southwest tour. So we took I-10 from California all the way basically into New Mexico. We touched El Paso, went to El Paso, but that was not as far as we got. So this year, because we were in Chicago for the holidays, we started actually in Charleston, where we picked a bottle, which is coming out, I don't know.
Just found out today that it's looking like the second week of April that the Highwire Distilling pick will be out.
Yeah, very exciting. We picked that with Rare Breed.
Rare Bird 101.
Oh, sorry, Rare Bird.
David Jennings.
sorry, Rarebird 101. And so that'll come out in, well, more information in a couple weeks.
Yeah, it'll be, that one's going to be through Bourbon Outfitter in coordination with Rarebird 101.
Yep.
It's going to be a popular pick. That's a very good whiskey. One of the, we like to say we only pick things that are very unusual that you're not going to find out there, and we're very excited about.
This one,
there were two that were part of that tasting. There were two of them that I thought, these are some of the best whiskeys I've ever tried.
Yeah.
And we had to just settle on one. Thank you to our Patreons who joined us there for helping us select it.
Yeah.
Because that high wire pick, it is fantastic.
And we kind of went in there blind. We had never had it
No.
before. We were just trusting that it was going to be delicious, and it didn't disappoint. And it was such a great experience. Again, we had a meetup, and everyone that we met that day or that weekend was just fabulous. So we've been kind of working our way back. My dad turned 75, so we did kind of like a Florida trip to visit a bunch of friends that we have down there, and then to celebrate my dad's birthday. And we've been slowly working our way through here. A couple meetups. We just went to Still Austin, which was awesome.
Selected a barrel
there.
Really, oh my goodness, that rye is phenomenal, and that's Julie's pick.
That
for
one's
those of you
pick.
that are, what is Julie like? My palate aligns with Julie, which seems to be a lot more of you than me, because I like odd stuff, and Julie likes really tasty stuff because her palate is actually great. Trust me, that is a special pick.
I didn't hold back on this one. So generally when we do barrel picks, we have a lot of factors that go into our head. Like, not only like, do we love it? Do we think you guys will love it and everything? For Still Austin, they do such a wonderful, every rye that I've had from them, I've loved, like from the barely ryes to like very being a rye. And I wanted this one to be like a true rye. And I feel like that's what we got out of this. Mm-hmm. I'm very excited. We got to meet the distiller, had an amazing day at Patreon meetup. And when it was all said and done, we picked the one, and I looked at him and I said, John, right?
Yeah.
And I looked at him and I said,
John Schrippel.
Yeah.
For those of you wondering how to say that last name, if you look him up.
Yeah. And I was like, so we're picking this one. Which one would you have picked? He goes, that's the one I would have picked. So I felt really like excited about that.
Yeah.
So.
I was leaning toward the one that was more bourbon-like. It was really butterscotchy, but in all honesty, as much as I liked it, even I recognize it's not the most complex one on the table. The one that Julie said we have to go with it's phenomenal. It's like cherry cola.
I love it. It's great. It's very mixing it up. So anyway, we've been slowly making our way to places we've never been before, which has been very exciting.
Yeah.
But it's been fast because, like I said, this country is ginormous. And we have to,
we get a lot of like, have you guys done this? Are you guys going to do this? Are you going to do this?
Next time, maybe.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's part of the trouble, is why both of us have very, very busy work schedules at the moment, our full-time jobs.
Yeah.
And so we're kind of, we keep calling it an exploratory trip. We're looking for places that we want to spend an entire month next year as we're coming across the country again, because we're both kind of done with winter. So that's what this trip
doing
is.
An early, you used to have to be like 65 or plus to do the snowbirds, but I'm making that a thing that we're doing from now on.
we don't like,
I wanted that when I was a little kid.
You skied and snowboarded for a while. I've never been into it.
Yeah.
And so we live in a mountain town in Oregon with
just
snow
snowed
all
3
over
feet yesterday, so not missing that.
Yeah, I don't want to be there in the wintertime, which is so silly. Why did we move there in the first place? Because we have great ideas. And it's still great though.
And it's beautiful.
Yeah. Info on pricing for that high wire or Still Austin pick, could not tell you. I do
More
not
to come.
know. Yeah. We generally, when for us, I know you can put whatever you want pricing wise on a bottle when you selected it. We don't really think about that too much because it's not like a major like money maker for us or something like that. Yeah. We don't do enough picks to even worry about it. So generally we just say whatever the going rate is, whatever they do. So we don't worry about that too much. And I don't honestly have any idea on that pick. We probably should ask at some point. But we'll find out soon enough.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Got a happy St. Patty's Day from Eugene, from David Belcher. Great to see you.
Yep. Richie Z, Reckon to a Ride. Just want to say,
Rarebird 101.
Yeah, we had Reckon to a Ride on our top 10 list last year.
That's right.
And then we got to try number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't disappoint.
number 2 was on our list. We got
Yeah.
number 3.
Oh, is
Ms.
that?
Kiss. Yeah.
Oh, number 3.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. That one is
Good
great.
thing Phil's here.
Yep. I got all the details. Sometimes I get them right. We've
just tell you
not
what I
tried
like.
the Goodnight Loving vodka. We never made it to a major store to try that when we were in Texas. Fox's Bow Irish Whiskey, didn't get into that either. It's the stuff we miss when we don't spend enough time in a place. That happens.
First time in Austin.
Oh,
we
Austin was
just
great.
happened to be there as South by Southwest was coming in, and I was like, which is normally like would be amazing if you planned for that, but we hadn't. But the only thing that I wanted to do outside of going to Still Austin was to have good brisket. I don't know how you eat anything else.
It's awesome.
And we had a side of this creamed corn spiel thing.
Oh, well, I'm an Indiana boy. Cream corn to me is kind of that's like a staple of meals, and I haven't had it for years because I haven't lived in Indiana for a long time.
Yeah.
And they had creamed corn there. That fantastic. And then we went to when we were on the way out of Texas, we stayed at a Harvest Toast location in Socorro, outside of El Paso, and we were, on the border.
Yeah.
And we stayed overnight at a brewery, which had really solid beer, but there was a food cart there, and we got pulled pork tacos and smoked brisket flautas or taquitos, something like that.
Yeah.
Those pulled pork tacos were the absolute, maybe the best thing we've had on this entire trip.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were awesome. They were so good.
We've had some delicious food.
Yeah.
Which is what I'm always on the lookout for. Like, I want to hike, drink good whiskey, and eat good food.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a goal for everybody, though.
Yeah. No, I think that's right.
People. Yeah.
Melissa's wondering if we've tried the Glendalough Mizunara Finish 13. This is literally the only bottle of Glendalough I've ever seen, let alone tried.
Yeah.
So definitely not. Canadian Chris wants to know, would you say it would be a 1 in a million chance you're coming to Canada? If we're welcome, I want to say this. We've been talking about a cross Canada trip for many years. We've been, Vancouver, Banff, Calgary. We've been up there. We've done some cool things, and we've always enjoyed our time. Some of the nicest people and some of the greatest food and beers and whiskeys.
And the landscape.
And it's
you
gorgeous.
think we have beautiful landscape? Good gracious.
We do. But Banff is something special too.
Yeah.
But we have talked about, depending on how things are shaking out over the next year, this is just a high level, early pipe dream of a plan.
Yeah.
What I'd like to do is next winter, because we're talking about renting out the house at this point.
Reverse engineer, right?
Go through California at the beginning of the year in January. Come through the South like we like to do. Spend, zip through and spend a good deal of time at the places we've fallen in love with. Galveston is one of them. My goodness. And then get to the East Coast and start working our way up, and then come back to the West Coast through Canada. I
know Melissa was on earlier. I don't know if she's still on, but got to meet up with Melissa, which was amazing. Had some crab cakes.
Yeah. I can't wait for Julie to make me crab cakes. That's never going to happen.
When we get home.
Yeah.
But we would love to. I've never, outside of New York, because we've been to New York. Outside of that, I've never really been anywhere on the East Coast. So sorry, you can continue, but go up through the East Coast and then cut over.
Coast, I want to go through.
It would be amazing to do Vermont, summer in Canada,
upstate New York, New Hampshire. Before we moved from Chicago to the West Coast back in 2013, we left it up to Norman, the cat. For those of you that don't know, we said we put a map in front of them, and we put a treat on Portland, Oregon, and we put a treat on
some random place in New Hampshire.
Yeah. And,
that we were looking at.
And he went to Portland, and he ignored the New Hampshire treat. He's never ignored a treat he never had in his life.
Yeah.
So we knew that was the spot for us. We went to Portland. We were there 3 years before moving to Bend, and now we've been on the road. These are the
kind of decisions that
7 years.
This is the kind of way that we make decisions.
It's how we do things. Yeah.
Where does the cat want to go?
We almost gave Mavis the chance when we were in Austin. We were thinking we liked Galveston so much. We were going to get her a Tucson and a Galveston, but we know she would have just scooped them together and mowed them. So we're just thinking Galveston next year.
And selfishly, I was like, I can't drive that Galveston to Austin drive again.
Next year we're going through Sugar Land.
It was only 5 hours, and it felt like I lost 10 years of my life.
My forearms were shaking for days.
I wasn't even driving.
Terrible. That's a terrible drive.
Yeah.
I'm a low country boil now, thanks to Russ for teaching me how to peel and eat shrimp, because I have used that technique over and over again. on crawdads and Gulf shrimp. Everywhere we've gone,
Yeah.
I have been devouring things that makes Julie sick.
No.
Makes me really happy to do that.
So I do want to say, last year when we did this trip, we kind of, for those of you who don't know,
we do need to get to Massachusetts. Sorry.
Yes, 100%. But for those of you who don't know, we do have a second channel that's just secondary, which is what second means.
If you guys don't know, the secondary channel is second.
But
just give it a second; it'll sink in.
Anyway, so it's just Phil and Julie, and it does a little bit of our travel side versus
sometimes it's some
side.
montage.
Yeah. And so last year when we were doing our Southwest trip, we did a lot of whiskey content that had a lot of travel involved with it. And so then we kind of stripped that out and made videos. We haven't really done that this year.
Not much.
Just because we've been so busy, but we do plan on doing a little bit more.
We got tons of B-roll. Yeah.
But the reason that I'm saying this is that the one time we did integrate was when we went to New Orleans. And if you have not watched our New Orleans video, and I know it was JT Mellick was the bottle that we reviewed that day, and some of you probably have had it, some of you probably haven't. It's not, maybe it's not well known.
Even if you haven't had the whiskey.
I'm just saying, like, it's just a fun video. So
I feel like everybody here has seen that video because it's actually, that video did pretty well for us.
Yeah. I'm just really proud of it. And we are going to try to, and I know a lot of our Patreons are watching and they love, like, a lot of the reason they follow our channel and they support the channel is because of that travel aspect that we get to do. And we're very lucky and very fortunate that we're able to integrate that. And so I just want to let you guys know that we have taken footage everywhere we've gone. We've been focusing on whiskey stuff just because of the bottle picks and the meetups. And
time is a factor.
But it will be coming. So
yeah, there's more stuff coming on the Phil and Julie channel, so definitely check it out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the travel part is the reason that we're on the road to begin with.
Yeah.
But the bourbon van side of things has helped us like kick open the door to some really cool experiences. For instance, breaking into the American Single Malt Whiskey Commission gathering the other day.
Yeah.
What was that about?
Just sneaking in.
Like I went outside for a split second to grab a drink of water. I kind of got lost in the complex there. And so I wound up going out a door and wandering into a hockey stadium where there was an active game.
I feel like we almost got.
So I walk right past the cops that are standing there.
Yeah.
And I walk out the facility to the front, and all of a sudden I'm outside. And I turn around and I see the door I need to go in to get back to where I'm trying to get to. And there's this woman guarding it. And I give it a knock. And she comes and lets me in. And she goes, "You're not wearing the badge." And I was like, "Oh, I left it in the room. I just came out here to get a drink." And she let me in, luckily. Otherwise, I don't know if I ever would have gotten back in because she was doing her job.
Yeah.
But that was such a fun night. We had no business being there. But
we do like
some of the, we got to try some amazing things, some amazing distillers. I think a lot of the most exciting whiskey being made in the country right now, and probably for a while now, is American single malt whiskey. Unusual flavors from across the country, and they're all using grains from across the country, like nearby, and yeast strains that make sense, and all the things that they're doing are just unreal. So we got to try so many great things. We got to meet Murphy Quinn from Cedar Ridge, which was kind of mind blowing because I
was kind of geeked out
a little bit. Yeah, probably wasn't very cool.
I think that I wasn't there for the interaction, but he told me about it.
Like I shook his hand and I was like, "I like this that you made. I like this thing, and the other thing that you did, and I've never had a bad one." And I
think that he was like, pleased that you were a super fan, because he was like, basically like, "Oh, you like our stuff," and you're like, "I'm obsessed." Yeah,
and what he already knows, because every time I try something, I take a photo of it on Instagram and I instant message him and I say, "This one's good too," and he's like, "I know, I made it." I don't. I like to hear it though, I guess. He's hey, Sugar Kitty's in the house. Murphy Quinn was cool, and Quint, not Murphy Quinn. that was a medicine woman, right?
I was thinking Quinn. I was thinking more Suicide Squad. Isn't that like one of the characters?
I don't remember.
No.
We need a thirdery channel. Well, we do have an Instagram channel that Julie doesn't ever post on.
So Phil just gave me
Mavis Adventure Cat.
Phil gave me a hard time today because I took like this adorable photo of Mavis. Let's see if I can find it.
She was scrolling through photos that she took, and there's 100 straight photos of Mavis, all in different, in different places, all in different situations. And I was like, "When's the last time you posted on Instagram?"
Peeking around the corner.
Look at how
cute
he goes,
"You should just post." And I was like, "I know, I'm just so bad at social media." Look at, she's just wayward.
Wait, this isn't the Mavis channel.
Wait, look at this sad face. She's in like a chicken box. Come on. I mean, she's just the cutest. Looking outside. Anyway,
Stay tuned to Mavis Adventure Cat on Instagram, because next year when Julie gets bored, she's going to do a photo dump of 1,000 photos.
I think you're allowed to do more than 10 now. So out of whatever. So I'll just do a recap of the last 3 months. It will be like, maybe I'll just do a reel. You can just sit there and watch photos of the
I think
cat.
it's a great idea.
Anyway.
Really enjoying this whiskey, by the way.
There was something that I wanted to so Canadian Chris, just to follow up. In an ideal world, we would finish our year, our summer.
We'd love to come back
in
that way.
Canada. I would. Every time we've been there, we've loved it. So
yeah, nothing but good times up there.
Stacy also said training videos are great too. Phil and I have lamented the fact that last year we were very focused on training because we had 2 huge races.
Well,
and
we stayed relatively healthy.
And Phil is really great, no surprise, at being able to just go out and run and exercise and do things.
I just love it as a passion.
You are passionate.
Running is something that I was always a slow, like, fat kid. And so being able to run now, being able to cover miles and miles and miles at a pretty good clip, makes me feel like a superhero as an adult. Yeah. It's something I never dreamed of being able to do.
And I grew up competitive. So everything was like, I joined a team.
Grew up competitive. You're still competitive. That hasn't changed.
But like, I joined a team. We did played softball, joined basketball, did that, like all the things, right? And so you had an end goal. And so even as an adult, I find myself like, unless I sign up for something, whether it's cycling or if it's running, like if I sign up and say like, I'm doing this in July or October or whenever it is, like I will put in the time and the training, like mentally I can do that. But if I have nothing, such as right now on the schedule, I'm like, I'm just gonna have a beer instead.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll have a whiskey. Why don't we go to the brewery? Like,
meanwhile,
I just am not dedicated that way unless I have something. So to answer Stacey's question, as soon as we touch foot in Oregon, I'm going to sign up for a race so that we can start sharing some more content on that front.
And on my end, as soon as we got into warm weather, I got back at it, and I was dragging you out for runs in St. Augustine. I was still running in St. Petersburg. I
did do a run.
I
ran twice this year.
I had some good runs going, but then on Valentine's Day we were in Dauphin Island, Alabama. And I went for a run and everything was great. And when I got back, realized there was something wrong with my heel. And I have a torn tendon down there, and I haven't been able to do anything in over a month now, which is a huge bummer for me. So while we're at this campground, they have a little gym, and I was like, I'll go on one of the stationary bikes. All 3 bikes are broken. So I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
But they do have a rowing machine. So for the first time in my life, I'm doing a rowing machine, which I don't like, but I'm forcing myself to do it. Just to keep my heart rate going.
Full circle. I'm assuming like gyms like Planet Fitness and like big gyms, right? Were like a thing when we were kids, but I don't really remember that. But I do
gym and LA Fitness and stuff like that.
But I'm thinking like back in the 80s. And so like I remember like
sweating to the oldies.
Yes. I know, but you feel like you did that in your house. But I remember distinctly, like when my dad was like, this new gym opened up in our hometown, and he took the whole family. Odd, because we would never do that. Like, I think that lasted a year. But I do specifically remember that. And the only thing I liked at the gym was the rowing machine. And for some reason, when you've been here and you're like, I'm doing rowing, I have this like full circle moment where like I'm thinking of myself as a 9-year-old. Like, and like rowing, and yeah, I feel like I know how to.
For the record, I never think of you that way.
Well, it's good. I don't know.
Hey, Keith J from MA is in the house. Hello, Keith. I hope you're doing great. Give us an update if you feel like it. Great to see you here. And just speaking of, I'm looking at Keith J, realizing that we live on one end of Highway 20. He lives on the other end of Highway 20, all the way in Massachusetts. And that's a fun little thing that we have in common. This is why I was thinking of that. We just officially completed our Interstate 10 traverse.
Yes.
Because we completed it from east to west. When we got to El Paso, we realized that was ultimately the end of the Interstate 10
Because
journey
we did
we've
the
been
first half last year.
on. We did the west side last year,
third.
east side this year. So we did it. We got that done. So our first highway genuinely complete. That's kind of neat.
I did think it was really neat.
Yeah.
I will say.
Next up is Route 66, if I can talk Julie into it.
You can. I wish it was still built up a little bit more, but whatever.
That's why we need to be out there.
But I will say, for the most part, Highway 10 was great. Texas, on the other hand, ginormous state.
Yeah, huge. The wind gusts are brutal.
And, like, for 600 miles, I feel like we saw nothing. We saw nothing on Interstate 10.
West, once you get out of hill country, not much to see.
Yeah, because you don't even run into cities or anything. It's just a straight shot. So
if you're wondering what sort of fuel mileage do you get at 80 miles an hour in West Texas in this vehicle,
9.
8,
Not a great
showing.
showing.
Not a great showing, yeah. So we're looking for highways where we can do like 50 to 60 from here on in.
Yeah.
There's another fun activity. Should we do it?
Yeah, I know.
All
We
right.
have a couple activities.
I got a couple things going on
Yeah,
here.
Phil's got a couple of things he wanted to have fun with tonight.
Okay, here we go. So let me bring this up. So we the campground we're staying in has these fun daily activities. And Julie grabbed today.
I feel like a retiree.
A little bit. This is actually 9-year-old you. You grabbed
I love
the word jumble, the scramble.
Yeah, I love word find, crossword puzzles, word scrambles.
So
anything.
In the chat, I'm going to post Muddy Meddlers lives along Highway 20 in Indiana. How cool is that?
Nice.
That would be a fun highway to go from end to end. I don't know if fun's the right word, but it's a highway you could do.
I like the name Muddy Meddlers.
Yeah, it's a cool one.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm in the chat. I'm going to post a scrambled word.
St. Patrick's related.
Something to do with St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
There's no reward for this other than bragging rights, but I'm going to drop it in there. See what you come up with.
Again, like Dalai Lama.
Yeah.
We'll send you a sticker.
If you like games, there you go.
Yeah. So
what is that word when you get it straight?
I know. So these are words that we can't figure out.
Right. There's some of them. Some of these are words that we've got.
Wait, we should have.
But there's a few of them.
Oh, I was like, holy smokes, you got it already. So some of them are easy. We should have put.
Right.
We
got
should
a belly laugh out of that. That's great.
We should have put like a warm up word. Like this is one we figured out, and now you can see how it works. Like we just threw like a random.
I laughed so hard I woke up Mavis. Here she comes.
Wait, put one in there that that we got right.
Okay, hang on.
So that you can see so this is what it is, and the answer is X.
All right.
Or Y. Yes, this is X. The answer is Y.
All right, this one, it's 2 words, but don't tell me it's too hard. We got this.
Okay.
We're gonna do this one, and if you get the other one in the meantime, let us know.
Oh no, it isn't Guinness. That was I thought Guinness should be one of them, and then there wasn't. Well, I thought you were gonna put equals. Just say what it was.
Well, this one's a little easier than that one, I think, because that one I don't know what it is. Still.
I didn't get that one. I had to pass that one to you. I thought it was like. What I forget. You said the second word was saint, and I was like, and I couldn't figure it out.
It's how it works.
See, no, shoot.
Russ is killing it tonight. Oh,
I feel like I want to put the whole list in there for you because there's like at least 10.
There you go. Tom got it.
Wait, what?
That's how it works.
Oh, patron saint. Yeah. So
there you go. There, Richie got it. Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, that's how it works. That's how the game is played.
So that one we did get.
Yeah. Ratio 2. Okay, there you go. Everybody's in. There's a delay of about 10 seconds on the chat here, so that's why if you're like, oh, somebody got it before me, I thought I typed it in fast. That's what the issue is.
Yeah.
Mavis is here to say hello. Look at how sweet you are.
Love you, baby.
What a nugget.
All
right,
he's making all kinds of friends, by the way. There's like a super old timer
we keep bringing
like chocolate lab that's across, and apparently he's accustomed to cats, and she's like obsessed with them. They haven't met yet, but she's been saying hi to all the neighborhood kids and stuff, and she generally doesn't like people.
She's
so
letting them pet her.
Yeah,
or if they go in a little bit too aggressively, she just
flops over.
Yeah. Mavis is here. You are the star. Everybody loves you. Sugar Kitty, Richie Z, Katie. Everybody calls out when the star is here. We appreciate that. Let's not though, because you're going to knock over the computer, which is not put up here very good.
Wait, look at him. Just
Um,
stand right there. Just let him look at your pretty face or your grumpy face.
by the way, 4-leaf whiskey is in the house today. Talk
Happy
about a
St.
star.
Patrick's Day!
We are being great.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody who knows their stuff.
Who should be doing the live stream today?
You know what?
for-
Let's ask her. Nobody's going to know better than her. Glendalough, double barrel, Irish whiskey.
84 proof.
Aged first in bourbon barrels, finished in Oloroso sherry barrels. We got this bottle in Indiana for half off. It was, I think, $18 is what we got it for. What is your critique on that bottle?
Or
if you don't
have it.
mind.
Yeah.
Sorry, you just showed up to hang out.
And
we're
if you had
immediately
it.
giving you work to do.
Yeah.
She's like, I just got home. I got to do this now.
I know. You don't have
Also,
to.
Stacy, what are you drinking tonight?
More importantly,
we don't care what we do care what you think of Glendalough. I would more be interested in what's your first pour on St. Patrick's night.
and we're prefacing that
Good
this
Irish
is the
single grain. There
yeah
you go.
this is the only bottle we've had that we have in the van currently. That's Irish whiskey. We picked it up on our travels. We did have the Redbreast cast strength Kentucky oak the other
Mhm.
day, and the Blue Spot. Both killer.
Both killer. Yeah, and
And you said that the
when
Kentucky oak didn't get a good review, but I thought it was delicious.
Well, I feel like was it Missouri oak that got better ratings out there? Like Whiskey Advocate put it higher on the. I don't
it
know.
was $10 more to get the Missouri oak, so maybe it should have been better. I don't know.
This is amazing. Fantastic. You know what? Everybody's celebrating their own way, and she's doing it. I love it. The photo of Mavis on Patreon. If you zoom in, you can see the thread, the tether is there. She's on a leash all the time. Don't worry.
She thinks that she can just
She thinks she's grown.
yeah, she
ain't
thinks she
grown.
can just wander, but I won't let her, because if we lost her, I'd be forever distraught.
I'm enjoying this whiskey very much, though. Are you going to have a third pour?
Yeah, I Julie poured these.
Yeah, I Julie poured the second one.
Again, I keep thinking like 84 proof. Is that like drinking a 4%
I'm a
beer?
touch buzzy from it, though, if I'm honest.
I am too.
Yeah.
Let's have a third pour.
The only thing we have to do tonight is find corned beef.
And
yeah,
we'll take a cab there, so that
that's a
doesn't
Julie pour and a half. You want to split? You want to share that with me?
no.
No.
You can have your own pour. St. Patrick's Day.
Very
We're
fair.
celebrating.
Hey, Paul P's in the house. Good to see you, Paul. By the way, I was on a live stream with Marty Whiskey Nose when we were in Galveston, of all places.
Bearcat?
Bear Fight, American Single Malt Whiskey.
Oh,
What we were
talked
drinking.
about Bear-
That's what we were
Bearcat
drinking.
earlier. Dang it.
However, Stacy dropped in on us. 4-leaf whiskey dropped in on us during that live stream. Was talking about Bushmills Peaky Blinders edition, and Marty actually released a video on that very whiskey today to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. So
Nice.
if you're wondering what Marty thinks of that, go check him out after this.
Also, full circle.
I don't know what that beeping is.
No, that's probably my brain.
I haven't smelled smoke. I don't think it's you.
But I was thinking about I was
Bushmills
thinking
Prohibition.
about Peaky Blinders, and I was like, why was I thinking about this? But shows that we said that you're like top 10 shows. We started the top of the hour with the What We Do in the Shadows reference, and I said I've never seen it. Peaky Blinders is something that I've never seen, but I kind of really want to.
I'd love to watch it.
And I don't know if people have watched it, but
the people
full
that are in there, I
circle
like.
to like where we started an hour ago. That's something I would actually watch a show.
We didn't get it. Did I give you another clue?
Oh shoot!
I never dropped another clue. in
We
there
don't
for
know the
word
clue
scramble.
because we don't know the answer.
Well, let me put another word scramble in there. Hang on.
Okay.
I'm going to do it. Here comes another one. The first word I got dreadhog.
Yeah, but see, these are the ones that we can't figure out. We'll throw in ones we could.
Somebody said Godhead, but there's no R in that.
I don't know
okay,
what's Irish about
let's
that.
let's do this one. Julie got this one.
I did.
Yeah.
Oh, this one was easy. Wait, I got this one.
Yeah, you got this one.
Oh yeah. This
Yeah.
one was easy.
You say it's easy. Okay, 4-leaf whiskey. Stacey says I started
Yeah,
with
see,
Killowen
right
within a
away. Yeah.
parade today, then Redbreast.
Yeah.
And JJ Corey at the Irish Club's home for a pour of Yellow
Yeah.
Spot. Doing it all right.
Yeah, that one was
JG
easy.
in the house. What's going on? Look at Heather go. Okay, Mauricio got it. Congratulations.
Love
Kim,
it, guys.
look at they're on it. All right, I'm gonna give you a
I know.
harder
So
one.
now let's do a hard one because some of these.
Here's one I didn't get.
And the thing is that I think I just don't know enough references. I kept thinking, I think Melissa or somebody said something about Guinness, and I read through the entire list thinking like Guinness has to be one of them, and none of them had two S's. So like, and a G or whatever. Like it never had the right combination. I gave it to Phil and I said, "This is all I can do."
I got another 5 or 6.
You got another 5 or 6, and now we have like 7 that are still empty. It's not. Do the tail's good. It's just
She's such a nugget.
Oh no. This is a family show.
Okay. She's a funny girl. Travis, good to see you. Did anybody get that one? No, right? It's really tough.
Because I don't understand.
That's a tougher
one.
That's
a tougher one. Exactly. I know.
Rancy.
I'm telling you.
I'm giving that one to Ruby. I'm
going to put it in Chat GPT, and I bet it comes up in like. I never thought about that, but I bet it would come up in.
That's cheating. Tanistry. What is that?
I do feel for kids these days, but like if you were in school and you were like, oh, I don't feel like writing this. I do this at work where I'm like, tell me a step-by-step training manual for X, Y, and Z, and then it writes up this really eloquent thing that I like. Then copy and paste, change and I put it in and I say, make this more succinct, and then it does, and I'm like, man, I'm killing my job right now.
You're doing great.
Yeah.
You're doing great. I had a big sales call today. Might be the biggest project of my year if it comes through. And
congratulations.
That makes me nervous because we do a lot for like editing and stuff. There's a lot, and we're already like, well, we're not doing the other channel. So let's hope I don't get that job.
Let's hope you get that job.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Also, the cat's sitting right there. I know. Let's see if I move this, is it going to really screw things up?
You're going to screw everything up.
You can see how there's a coffee maker. Hi, baby. So sweet. That's why you came.
Nugget.
So, in case you missed it, Bill made an In Case You Missed It playlist, and they're all like that.
Oh yeah, on YouTube I did that.
And this is a reference to Mavis over here, but they're all really old videos, and we're just trying to get them up. Like
not necessarily, some of them from the last year or two.
Yeah, but at least when I go in there, they're always older videos. And Norman is always sitting on my lap because he was such a part of the channel when we first started. Because he was old, let's be honest. Like he was old and he just wanted to hang out. So he would always sit on my lap or like walk across the street, which she does too from time to time. Yeah. But she's too young and rambunctious to like
she likes to party.
Mess around with our videos. Anyway, I just wanted to call that out because he was so sweet.
Yeah.
And people came for the cat interaction.
It's true. And if you do come across that on our YouTube page, the In Case You Missed It playlist,
no order.
No, it's really chaos. But there is a lot of Norman on that playlist, and it's basically stuff that it didn't get a lot of views. We just kind of threw it out there because we were like, these are good videos, but nobody knows that they exist. We're not asking for people to go through our whole library. Just saying, if you run across it, that's what that is.
Yeah.
In case you missed
it.
Like,
why is this video playing from 2021?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of Advent stuff from over the years and things that were videos that we always thought were really fun, but nobody saw. So we threw them out there.
Let's throw another word in the jumble.
Something that's not brutal.
You, some of these are like really, and I know that they have. I know that they probably. I kept thinking Dublin would be one of them, or Dublin something, or pubs, or just nothing. Blarney Stone. I got that one. Blarney Stone.
I got it yesterday. You know it because I did it. Oh, come on. Julie ruined it for you ruined everybody's good time.
I thought that was like a one that we didn't know. I was like, I got this one.
No.
Oh, sorry guys. I ruined everyone's good time.
This is why Julie, she's like, I was competitive when I was young. You're competitive literally right now.
Oh, I ruined everyone's good time.
Don't answer this one.
Sorry about that.
My goodness.
I didn't get that originally, so I'm like pretty pumped.
She just got and pasted it. Did I win?
Oh no, that was terrible.
Hey, you. Showing off the people.
Pot of gold. Got it.
Got it. Kathy got it. Holly in the house. Good to see you.
Say hi to the people.
Heather, they're all aggravating us. I actually want to go back up to the campground, to the
and ask
office and ask, like, do you even know the answer to
Yeah,
this?
I want to answer key because they don't give you the. It's not like 12 hours later, they're like, here's the answers to yesterday's word scramble. They don't, and like I feel like maybe we'll post it. Well, we'll post to our Patreons like the full list. We'll just give you a snapshot. See if you can figure it out because.
Right. Yeah. Maybe whoever gets it gets a glass or something.
I just don't.
Whoever gets the most.
I don't. Some of those.
All right. We got another one there. Let me come up with another one. You ready for one more?
I like that you're all on board with this. Oh, I know this one.
I mean, everybody likes a fun challenge. That's silly.
This one's. You'll get this one. Let's see all the.
I don't know.
We're a smart group.
I don't disagree. Whiskey drinkers in general, very smart. Look at Richie. That was instant.
Yeah.
Instant. Look at this. Look at everybody.
Oh, they have a guitar. Nice. Love it.
Everybody thinks you're cool.
See, that one was good.
That was good.
All
Great
right.
job. All right. Hang on. To another one here.
All right. Is this one we didn't get?
No.
Oh, no. Yeah, I got this one.
Somebody better get this one quick.
This one feels right. Yes, Heather.
Heather absolutely
on
on
it.
fire.
Nailed.
Have you
I know.
noticed?
I want her to do the ones that we don't get.
Look at this though. Look at
Yeah.
Look. Sugar Kitty actually came in just ahead on that one. Well done to everybody. Russ, I feel like he waited for Heather's answer, so I'm not going to give it to you.
And you forgot the E. He forgot the E. Russ, you forgot the E. Yeah.
That's what I mean with an E. I mean with an E.
When I wrote it out, like, cause pen and paper, I had to go back and be like, E or no E. I'm like, oh, no, they have an E. So then I had to add that into my.
I'm yelling them out faster than I can type them. I believe that. All right, here comes another one. Ready?
Do you know what I put for this one? Wait, did I write it down or no?
No.
It was something like swoonsley.
Irish is with an E, by the way. Irish with an E, Scotch without.
Yeah.
And Maker's Mark for some reason without. Well,
yeah. So when I did that, I was like, I think it was like swollen, and then I did swoonsley. Oh no, I did I did woolens, and I was like, what does woolens mean? Except they like wool socks.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, so that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, I did like with a question mark and thought it was wrong.
Right. Okay. Irish can be with or without. I would say most of what we saw when we were there, that was with an E.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, most of the Scotch we saw was without an E.
So, because I don't want to like watch news and stuff. I get like headlines of the day or whatever every morning. And one of the things today, because it's St. Patrick's Day, was like, how do you pronounce names?
Oh,
from Ireland, right? Like Irish names.
Yes.
And so like, and then they give you like the backstory.
Shavana.
Like Cillian Murphy, right? Which we know. I know him from Batman, Peaky Blinders. Wow, we're just really coming around.
He's great. He's in all kinds of good
stuff. But it was like you look at the name, and as an American, you're like, oh, it's Cillian, right? And they said like that's not something they pronounce. It's with more of like the K sound that we say. And so it was like a really interesting article. But it comes from the Latin, right? Like I use more of the Latin terminology, which we do not do.
Okay, here it comes.
Yep. Eduardo.
Nope.
Pharaoh.
Is this the most fun we've ever had on a live stream?
I hope so.
Giving people brain teasers. People are like, my brain is tickling on St. Patrick's Day. It's too much.
Apparently, they said this is how you stem off Alzheimer's, which I'm a prime candidate for someday, which is why we're making all these videos.
Someday.
And yeah. Wait.
Where's your
Waterford.
Good job.
Yes. Oh, I didn't think about Waterford.
No.
Oh, lovely.
Really well done.
Well, I'm gonna add that one. Pretend like I got that right.
Here comes another one. Everybody ready? I love that you're gonna fill this out like you cheated.
I bet like it was like assignment. Like I copied my neighbor's thing in school and then submitted it as my own homework. I don't think you get like a prize or anything. I think it's just. I do wonder, like they don't give you the answers though.
You know what we did? This morning, I had some really lousy cereal that I picked up yesterday, and we were looking for something quick to eat for breakfast. And Julie said,
if we're having cereal, I need milk. It's
Julie
the
needs
only
milk.
time I drink milk.
I eat everything dry. I don't like milk. It's not that I don't like it. I just don't drink it for whatever reason. Julie insists on milk, so I walk over to the little campground store. I brought home some milk, and I looked at it. Shamrock Dairy. How about that?
It felt like Kismet.
Little Kismet.
Yeah.
Yeah, little luck. They are getting harder.
Mr. Brack. I like that it's like Mr. I think it's one word though. So if they don't have a space, that Rotten Hag is the first one we put in there. It's still
no.
I have no idea.
These are tough.
Just sitting here with our butt in the air.
Nugget. Yeah. Share a photo of her. Barnbrack. Maybe? Is it a thing?
Barnbrack. I know, right?
I like the ACK ending on it.
These are hard.
They're hard.
And I just don't know enough. Like, it feels like if you're doing them here in Tucson, Arizona.
If you missed how we started, I'm going to play it one more time.
That should be like Shamrock. Oh! Is one of them Shamrock?
Is this Shamrock?
Wait, because that should be like...
That's not Shamrock.
No.
No.
Four-leaf clover? Is there a four-leaf clover? Those are like very stereotypical words that we would associate with.
I do hate games, but I like teasers. I don't know how to explain it.
It's like Trivial Pursuit.
Soda Bread was a different one.
Soda Bread was one of them that... I got soda, you got soda bread. It was very easy too after he solved it.
Yeah, once I got it, it
no
was super
leprechauns.
Easy.
Well, wait, can I have the list? It's right there.
I didn't see leprechaun.
I feel like that's one we would have gotten.
There you go. I'm just giving the random letters. I swear this is what I copy pasted.
But now I want to see if there's Shamrock.
Oh,
that seems like a no-brainer.
Come here, Nuki.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're missing 8 out of 20.
Yeah.
And which is pretty good. I got Belfast. I liked that one. I was like, you got symbolism. Oh, we should have popped that up there to see if anyone got it.
I don't know if it's symbolism though.
Well, maybe it's Shaban. Wait, how do you say it? Shaban? It's that like really cool name.
Funny baby.
That's always in all the songs. Shaban.
Shaban is on the whiskey.
Yeah.
Shaban is on the gin.
All right. Anyway, we'll keep throwing them in there.
One more game.
Yeah.
Before we go.
Okay.
Maybe 2.
Is this the most random live stream anybody's ever had on
really
Whiskey
engaging.
2?
It's the most effort I've put into trying keeping people engaged, maybe ever. Right? When do I ever do anything like this? Well, we have a live stream every 105 days, so we have to do a good one. Yeah, Shaban. There you go. So, favorite Irish movies to watch. We're not saying best Irish movies. We're saying favorite Irish movies to watch.
And we will tell you ours, but I think we did this last year.
Yeah.
And maybe not. And I'm always interested. So, and we got some good recommendations this year. So our tried and true is Once. And this goes back to
2009.
We left Chicago
13.
in 2013. So maybe like 2009 through 2010. We were introduced to it by two friends of ours, and we watched at their house, and it was beautiful. It was like a musical. They've done a play since then. I love it. Lots to talk about. Beautiful music. Great. We watch it.
He thinks he pulled his brain cell.
Yeah, we watch it every year. The second one, I don't remember. We've been watching this years and years. Probably our favorite is Waking Ned Divine.
Waking Ned Divine.
There's
is my
just
absolute
something
favorite
like.
movie.
So it literally makes me want to move to like a little I don't know what you call it, not town, but like Hamlet in Ireland. And then have that. Well, I'm not gonna tell you how
it makes me want to move to Tullymore.
I know, because it's lovely. Like retire, maybe not move, but like retire there. And then last year, for the first time, we watched Michael Collins, which was a recommendation, I swear, from this group.
Yeah.
Maybe not on here. And then we asked a friend of ours.
Our friend JT.
Well, I was going to say, we asked our friend JT if he had watched it.
And Michael Collins is a beautiful movie. It's great.
Wonderful. Yeah. Like, it was really, very interesting, very different than the first two that we just mentioned, right?
True.
so we tend to watch the first two no matter what. And then last year
Michael
was
Collins, depending on how strong the whiskey is.
and I mean that's a heavy movie, so that's not like a feel. It's not a feel
It
good.
is.
But
It's
anyway,
a little bit of a feel good.
Those
It
are-
doesn't end on a feel good note, but it's a feel good movie in that you get the understanding of what people were going through,
Yes.
and it makes you feel good about the revolution.
yeah. And so we always like to say, is there anything we're missing? Because we do every
Some good guesses here.
In
Some good
March-
suggestions.
yeah, I was gonna say every March we do kind of like do like top Irish movies or top whatever, and then watch previews, and a lot of them are really old.
Kicking the plug under there.
Oh, sorry,
It's okay.
did that just go down?
It's all right. Okay, we got some suggestions here.
It's hot.
Boondock Saints.
Ooh, haven't watched that.
I haven't watched it in years, long time. Quiet Man. Is that the John Wayne one where he's kind of violent with what's her name from Miracle on 34th Street? I can't remember the
I thought that was a
actress's name.
Christmas movie, and that was Bing Crosby.
No.
Maybe.
P.S. I Love You. Don't know anything about that.
Wait. Oh, I've seen.
Couple Quiet Man.
I've actually seen
recommendations.
P.S. I Love You. That was like a very early 2000s movie. Girls. I remember watching it with like a bunch of girls.
Oh, okay.
That guy. I don't know if he was Irish though. But yes, I do remember. It was she was really popular at the time. She did what was her name?
I bet it was Gwen.
I can like
Everybody
picture
in the
her.
90s was
I can
named
like
Gwen.
picture her in my head. She doesn't do really movies very much anymore, but she was very popular in like the late 90s, early 2000s.
Joan Crawford.
Nope. Joan Crawford. No.
JG says Lucky Charms. Thought you
Anyway.
said cereal. That's fair. That's Julie's favorite.
I do love like
Um,
we don't eat a lot of cereal, but if I had to choose, like you
There's
could only
multiple people saying Barnbrack. What the heck is Barnbrack?
Yeah.
Yeah. Michael Collins, Tom. Absolutely.
Okay.
4-Leaf Whiskey. Yep. Leprechaun. Michael Collins
Killer
is starring,
Swing.
is
Thank you,
starring
Kim
Liam,
F.
Liam Neeson's.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Banshees of Inisherin. I really enjoyed that.
Did we see that? Oh,
yeah,
so we got a recommendation to watch
that
that,
was great.
and somebody said a really good friend of ours said that they didn't like it. And
I
we-
can understand why people wouldn't like it. I definitely would get that. That is not a feel good movie, but it's interesting as all get.
I loved it. Like I
That was
thought,
great.
like from a storytelling perspective, yeah. At the end, you weren't like yay, but I feel like a lot of Irish movies don't end up on good notes.
Leprechaun with
Loved that.
Jennifer Aniston. There's no number behind it. It's just the one with Jennifer Aniston.
I forgot about the Leprechaun
Bye,
series.
Kathy. Have a good night.
That seems like we used to do that in
Irish multigrain
sleepovers
bread.
in
Sorry.
school.
Sorry, didn't see that before. Barnbrack Irish multigrain bread. So you can fill that one out too. And
Oh, it's like a legit thing. We didn't make that up.
No, I thought you thought it was a funny
Oh.
word.
Can I have that pen?
Yeah. There, you can start stealing the people's answers. Just wait. If you're a
I'm
Patreon,
stealing
Julie's going
it.
to tell you what she won tomorrow when she delivers
We
that.
don't win anything. I think it's
No.
just like that's actually bread.
Ooh, Daniel
Barn?
Day-Lewis, In the Name of the Father. Fascinating. Good movie. Well, anything
There's
Daniel
no
Day-Lewis.
N. Wait, bar? Did you say
Farm.
Oh,
with an
barn.
M.
And then BRACK.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say equals bread because otherwise I'll be like, I don't know what that is.
Well, now we have a suggestion for best song, and we definitely need to get into this. In the Name of the Father and Michael Collins. Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Anything
So In the
Liam
Name of
Ne-
the Father, I don't.
apparently
I never,
anything Liam
I haven't
Neeson.
thought of that in years, and I maybe we'll watch that this year. In the Land of Saints and Sinners, a recent Liam Neeson film. Is that an Irish thing? I'd watch that.
I've heard of that.
Musically speaking, last night we sat down with a whiskey or
Mhm.
3 and listened to the entire Wolf Tones, their 40th anniversary greatest hits thing. It was a live show that they did.
Yeah.
It wasn't all
Hitters.
for them. It's their great hits.
It's old. Like, you have
but
to be
it's-
in perspective that it's not like
Came
music
out in
that you would listen
2010,
to
I think.
now.
Right. Their first hit was 1971.
70s.
So they've been
yeah.
around a long time.
Yeah.
But that was the Wolf Tones. I think it's called An Irish Evening or something like that. Great album. Our big thanks to JT for introducing us to that.
Also the
So
owner
fun.
of the best Irish music playlist that we listen to every year,
Just called Patty.
except for 2 songs. And if
Yeah.
JT is watching, you know what 2 songs those are, and they still need to come off the playlist because I heard it today again.
Julie's really anti a couple songs. If there's any interest, I would love to share that with our Patreons. If you want to, it's just Irish rebel songs from top to bottom. Really fun stuff. old school. So it includes a lot of old school folk stuff and some punk stuff, and all sorts of pogues and whatnot. So if you're interested,
yeah, I love it.
shoot us let us know if you're interested. I'll share that on Patreon. It's really fun.
My left foot.
Julia's already a winner. She has Phil. Thank you, JG. You just jumped to the top of the list of my favorite people. Next time we come through Iowa, we're all going to meet at Cedar Ridge.
Oh, yeah. God, their pizzas were really good too. Great place.
Derek Warfield and the Wolf Tones are epic. Totally agree.
Yeah.
You saw them twice last year. That's amazing.
Wait, they're still around?
Best rock band from
Amazing.
Ireland was Thin Lizzy. Thin Lizzy, we saw their statue when we were in Ireland.
Yes.
We actually talked about this. We were in Ireland in 2022, October, I believe it was, or September.
It seems like yesterday and now is like 3 years away.
It
almost.
seems like, yeah, we remember every place so
crazy.
explicitly because we had such a vivid, amazing time.
Yeah.
And yet it seems like it's been forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The
Lovely.
Pogues are great. Love them. The Snake, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we've this
47. Okay. I'm loving all this.
I'm sorry, I'm just gonna look at this thread here. Dropkick Murphys, of course, an American punk band.
Look at me, I'm writing right now.
The
Old
Pogues,
fashioned.
the Wolf Tones, the Dubliners, Charlie and the Boys, BHOYS, of course. That's the last song we listened to. All 6.5 minutes of it before we came on tonight. Flogging Molly, Hair of the Dog, Chieftains, Gaelic Storm, the Waterboys, Sean Davey, a lot of stuff from Waking the Divine that you can't overlook.
Nice.
The Tossers, love the Tossers, by the way, for those of you that like a little bit of punk rock. Going back to my 80-94 days. That was with Punk Band Out, for those of you that don't know. But those of you that do know, thanks for knowing.
It is on me in case you missed me.
Yeah.
In case you missed me.
In case you missed it. Going back to that YouTube, in case you missed a few videos
a lot of
the making of that. You know what? We're doing great. Slancha.
Oh, I love it.
Very nice. How you doing on your word search? Anything you need?
I mean, I'm still missing a couple. Maybe we'll post this on Patreon. Some of them are really.
I really want you to win this, whatever it is. I don't
There's
think you
no
can win.
winning. But remember when we were in, and this is not obviously talking Ireland, not Scottish, but remember when we went to Scotland and we had that dinner? It was like the sheep's intestines, and they put the stuff in the sheep's intestines and they cook it.
You're remembering Scotland, and it's called haggis.
Haggis. I was thinking
And they call it intestines.
Oh, whatever. But I saw Roddenhag down here, and I thought,
RODDEHAG.
and I was like, maybe it was like haggis.
I'll be honest, I really enjoyed haggis there this time. This last time we were there.
Yeah, and then it's not. So I guess. Thank you, Joe. Yeah.
There you go. Well, I don't know if there's anything more that we have to offer tonight. We're in Tucson. We're heading. For those of you that were wondering where we're heading next, we stayed here a couple extra days because the weather has turned. It was cold and rainy here, if you can believe it, in Tucson. And for the last couple of days, the place we're staying has multiple pools and hot tubs. And now that the weather's nice, we thought, let's stick around and take advantage. So we're going to be here for a couple more days, and then we're going out on 10, but we're heading southbound. Because
we've already done 10, so now we're going to go down to 8.
So Interstate 8 is the next place we're going to. And Ruby, you're getting up at 5 o'clock to watch the Cubs season opener.
Japan.
Is that happening?
She's in Japan? Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Japan baseball is something.
My
else.
mom already texted me and said, like, you need to watch this game. It's 5 a.m. And I go,
yeah,
don't like them that much.
Let's go. Get up super early to watch this team. That
if I was in Japan, I'd be watching them. But
if any Chicago team could actually win at some point, it'd be great. They're all terrible.
Every 150 plus years.
Every 100 years, whether we need it or not.
Yeah.
But we're going to go through Interstate 8, which is interesting. I've never been on that highway.
Yeah.
We're going to take that through the south, through the Cleveland National Forest. I'm assuming Grover, Cleveland. And then we'll go to San Diego.
Grover.
Well, Grover, I assume the Cleveland National Forest is for Grover, Cleveland.
Oh.
Why wouldn't it be?
I don't know.
Okay.
I've never really thought about it, but you might be probably right.
And then we're hitting San Diego, and we're going to work our way north.
We're going to hightail it home, and then we're like,
Easy does
What's
it.
better than driving the coast? Except there's a closure.
Well, there is the slide that happened in Big Sur.
In the one place that I'm like, I really want to see.
Once again, we're gonna miss Big Sur. Sadly, we've never been there. It's one of the places that we want to visit.
It's on my
very
bucket
badly,
list. It's supposed to be beautiful.
but every year something happens. We don't get to go. So this year the last year there was a slide. They don't think, hey, don't bite the computer. We can't bite the computer. We won't do that, but we'll be working our way up the coast. There will be plenty of cool things to show off as we do that. And then back to Oregon and Bend sometime in late April, early May.
Yeah. I just want to
I agree. I love this length of Julie's hair.
So
I love every length of Julie's hair.
The
Nugget.
The Rusty, even if we weren't on the road, twice a year is my maximum haircut zone. Unless I had really short hair, then I would get it cut more often. But yes, I noticed today I was on a Zoom call with a work friend, and she commented about how long my hair was getting. I didn't realize it, and then I kind of think back to like our trips, and it's like I always start with hair that's here. And by the time I get home, it's here, and then I get it cut once more. So we are about a month and a half away. I probably have to schedule that already.
Right. Yeah, and we'll get on it. I might get one too. Why not?
Should we?
Are you going to uncover it and show the people what they're missing? I feel like if that one's for Ruby Heart 921, and for Robert Sheard, he seems to. Oh no, not Robert. Paul Kukiel from Thunder Bay, Ontario.
Yeah.
He seems to like to see what's up with my hair from time to time.
Yeah.
Yeah, San Diego and working our way north, and we'll be home in a month. And that's it. That's what the Bourbon Van is up to. New roads, new beautiful places. Stop playing with the cords. All right, the Nuggets ready for playtime and dinner. I'm ready for dinner. Are you ready for dinner?
I am. I've had a wonderful time. Sorry that it's been 105 days since the live stream, but thank you for joining us. Happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody. Cilantro on our end.
You never know.
Full head of hair.
It's a mess under there. You never know. It's true. I mean, look, we go through a lot of locations with a lot of not great water and a lot of odd shower situations.
Yeah.
It's hard to get all the soap off.
Well,
you somehow come out looking great. I somehow come out looking at like me. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us tonight. This was very fun. We will try to have another one before the end of this trip. I don't know if it'll happen.
At least
or
the end
not.
of the year. One of those.
We'll have another
twice
one
a year, whether you like it or not.